Reese coming to you from South Dakota again. I'm my co-host George Waddell in sunny California. What's up, buddy?
Hey, boy, we're here in Beverly Hills, and I'm ready for Texas.
Hey, we're joined tonight by our special guest from Minneapolis, Minnesota, hardcore hog fan Rick Dowda. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? I think I'm the last hog fan in Minnesota, so it's great to be here.
Hey, we're glad to have you. That was a pretty good pick last week. Hey, let's get right to it. We've got Prediction Thursday on our minds. Let's go with it. George, I'm going to toss it back to you. What is your prediction for Texas, baby?
So I've got nothing to lose. I'm guaranteed a spot on next week's show, so I can be as wrong as I want. And that's why I'm going to pick the Hogs. I'm picking Arkansas 35, Texas 27. Go Hogs.
Oh, my. I am so glad you are the first one to come off with a hog victory.
Yeah.
It gives me a little leeway to give my real prediction. Brother Dowda, tell me about it, buddy. What do you think's going to happen on this game?
I have three reasons for my pick, but I'm gonna make it really quick. I know the spread opened at like 16 and a half, and now it's down to like 13 and a half. The last time I checked, so it's moved. There's three factors for my pick. First of all, the bye week, Petrino and the defense having 2 weeks to prepare and get healthy. Right? It's an emotional game. Arkansas hates Texas. I expect to see our defense flying around like they were early in the season, not like the last couple of games. And if we win the turnover battle, we run the football, and we don't miss any field goals, we could keep it close. If not, this one scares me, guys. It scares me a little bit. I'm predicting 27-21 Texas.
Oh, there he goes.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right, George.
I hope George is right too, because I'm kind of like you, Rick. I got about 13 things on my list. Turnover battle, field position, time of possession, running game. I got 1,000 things that have to go right for us. And it's going to be tough, but we can do it. I'm not against it. But, man, we've got to be tight in every corner. I hate to say it, but I've got Texas 42, Hogs 25.
Say that again.
Yeah, say it again, Rick.
42, Texas 42, Hogs 25.
42
total
to
silence.
24. Oh, wait. 42 to 25.
Yeah, 42-25. I hate it. I'm so glad that George picked the Hogs, because I was going to feel terrible if the whole show went Texas.
I'm sorry, but if I had picked Texas, I think everybody in my family would have had a heart attack. So, there is no picking Texas. I don't care if we, do have one of those games where, we have to do everything right. This is going to be the week. Every other week we're playing good football. I don't know what the hell happened at Ole Miss, because that was awful. It was almost like watching Texas versus Florida, because Texas jumped out on Florida and just stood on their neck the whole game. And so, that was at home. So I'm thinking that Arkansas now kind of rebounds, get back into the win column with a big win over Texas. We did it versus Tennessee. I don't know why we can't do it versus Texas.
Similar teams too, and how they're set up.
Yeah.
Similar type talent.
I feel like your family's going to be watching this probably live anyway, so we can't edit it. And they're probably going to disown me as well for that score. However, they're number 4 in the country in defense. If our offense doesn't start stepping it up, we're not going to score more than 25. Their offense is outstanding. Quinn Ewers is a total badass. I mean, I don't think he's the most accurate kid in the world when it comes to the long ball, but they throw enough long balls to finally get it right. And they will put some points on the board. So, I hate that that's my score. I'm usually energetic and enthusiastic about picking the Hogs, but this one's going to be a tough one, boys. And if we roll out of this deal with a victory or even anything closer than what I predicted, I'll be happy about it.
I won't be happy about it. I, to be honest with you, Rick, I will not be happy about it. I think that this game is the one game of the season that Sam Pittman, if he wins this game, is guaranteed a new hip and continued employment next year. Because
here's
forgiven if you beat Texas. A lot.
Here's the deal, George, and I'll let Rick chime in here in a second, but now you got me all jazzed up a little bit. Here's the deal. You and I both picked Arkansas to go 6-6 in the bowl game. There is nothing impressive about a 6-6 season. There's nothing impressive about winning your bowl game and going 7-6. What we're doing is you and I are looking at next year. We want this program to build, and that's why I'll be happy with it. No, I'm never going to like losing to Texas, but at the end of the day, listen, I've lost it. I was sitting right next to Rick Dowda when we lost to Texas in 1989 at the last minute of the game. Beat us 22-20. We were manhandling. I'm used to it, but at the end of the day, I'll be happy with a better score than what I predicted. And then next year, we'll start bringing it to these SEC teams. And then looks like we're probably on an every other year with them, and we'll whip their ass by the third year. So, and hey, if we upset them like we did Tennessee, you can bet your ass they're carrying the goalpost to Dixon Street one way or another.
Well, this is a revenge game for Sarkisian. What we did to him in 21. Wasn't that his first year there?
Oh yeah, that was a storm the field moment as well.
It sure was. That was a good team. KJ Jefferson had a big game. But I think George is right. I'm almost ready to switch my pick around and just flip it because I do believe that we can do this. It's either going to be a blowout, Texas is going to kill us, or it's going to be really close and we're going to squeak it out. Somehow I do believe we can win the game. If you look at who we both played, I mean, there's only one team we both played, Mississippi State, right? Texas won by 19. We won by 33. They only put 10 points up against Georgia. Georgia's been proven that they can be beat. I mean,
very simple. I'll make it very simple. That this year, Ewers has only played in 2 road games. He's got Michigan and Vandy. I mean, he won them both, but he throws some interceptions. I mean, this kid has his faults. He's not the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. Actually, I think Arch Manning is a better quarterback, but This kid has done the job. Like Sam Pittman says, we have to win the turnover battle. If we win the turnover battle, I think we've got a great shot at this game. But I don't foresee that, so therefore my pick. They have just too many weapons, and I can't get away from the weapons they have, and I would just hope that somehow they just don't perform when it's game time. So,
well,
wasn't that the same? You go ahead, Tor.
No, well, what I thought was a great point, Dowd, was switch. If you had the ability to switch schedules, if Texas had to play our schedule and we had to play Texas's schedule, would they be ranked number 4 in the country on defense? I don't think so. We played a line of murder up until now. So I think that's a little bit deceiving.
They only played Georgia. They haven't played anybody good.
Hey, I was looking at some stats, and this is from the I'm going to read some of these. This is from the University of Texas's website. I mean, this is not an Arkansas deal. Offense. FBS rank is 5. 9. Rushing offense. Ours is 32. They're number 61. Passing. We're number 11. They're number 10. Passing efficiency. We're 31 and they're 9. So matching up with these guys. Here's the difference though. Total defense, we're 90th. They're number 2. This is FBS stuff. Okay. Scoring defense, 79. They're number 4. Turnover margin, we're minus like 3.5. They're plus a half. So if we win the turnover margin, we're evenly matched with these guys, statistically speaking. I'm certain that if Bruce or Sean or Lang, one of our statistician folks, watches this, they'll probably double check me on all this. But I'm reading this straight from a University of Texas website, so they've matched us up pretty well. I didn't see much else that actually we're better in time of possession, which is going to help with the running game. But we're number 42 in the country in time of possession. They're number 81. So I'm saying we match up. We just have to execute. And I think turnovers is what it's going to come down to. That's number 1 in my book.
That is absolutely where it's been every single game. If we win the turnover battle, we win the game. If we lose the turnover battle, which we often do, and in multiples like fumbles and interceptions and batches, and at bad times. So, turnovers are always going to be the key to the football game. But the thing about the statistics, I really think are skewed because of their weak schedule and our strong schedule. Plus,
no, I totally agree. Totally agree with that.
Plus, we stepped in it versus Mississippi. I mean, we just got throttled, and we just kept getting throttled. So, I think the same kind of thing happened, when we played LSU. It was just, one of those things that you who have they really played? Sorry, guys. Got a gang of girls coming in.
Hey, remember this too. We are playing at home. We have that advantage. We have the crowd that hates Texas, which will be extra loud, sold out crowd. There's going to be a lot going on in this game. I mean, there's a lot of things that can go right. The football players are going to have to do their job and show out, and we certainly need Texas to fall down a few times.
There are certain things that could help us, but they could also hurt us. Right? The 11 a.m. game is important. It's early. They're coming in town at a different place. They're probably not sleeping that well. We could get off to a good start. Right? I think it comes down to controlling the clock. And over the entire season so far, we've had 53% of our plays have been rushing attempts. Okay, so that's almost in half. I think it needs to be more. It needs more. When Jackson runs, do you know his 3 largest running games, the most attempts were? They were Tennessee, Auburn, and Oklahoma State. He had 20 rushing attempts, 22 and 24 in those 3 games. And we know that Oklahoma State wasn't his fault. He had 3 touchdowns and 149 yards. All right. So
yeah,
he's averaging 12 carries a game. Now I know he was hurting some of that, but the carries have gone down dramatically in the losses, and we need to run the ball. We're good at it. 5.7 yards per carry. You got to be running the ball. Take the quarterback for Texas off the field and run the ball. Maybe 25 times to Jackson, maybe more. He's got.
Well, we know for sure. We know for sure he'll be back this week, but I just don't know what his injury is going to allow him to do. I hope he's able to go. I mean, we're at that point in the season now where injuries become nagging, if you will.
Sure.
And they linger. I mean, Texas is no they're no they got the same problem we got. I mean, Ewers has a nagging abdominal injury that he can't get away from. But I don't think that much matters because there's a great quarterback standing right behind him that's ready to go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think we're all riddled with our injuries, and we may not be out, but they still linger.
Sure.
I hope JJ is fully healed because we've left him out so long that maybe he does come in and get the 25 carries and he's fresh as he can be. So you couple that with the rest of our running game, and we could be unstoppable.
Well, that's going to open up the play action pass. If we can run the ball effectively, then we can play action and dink and dunk all the way down and just burn time off the clock. And that's the only way to beat guys, I think.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, that's the strategy: is ball control, keep Texas off the field, play the possession game where you end the half with the ball, hopefully in scoring position, and then get the ball in the second half and score and try and get that little bit of cushion and play football like a strategic game, because Texas is, you're right, coming in at 11 o'clock, and you saw what happened when Ole Miss came in at 11 o'clock. We just didn't fire. And if we have that same attitude, if the fans have that same attitude versus Texas, then we're in danger. But if everything goes right and you're optimistic of, that the quarterback's healthy enough that he can control the offense, just manage the offense, don't try to do everything all at once, just play the game of football and don't turn it over, it's going to be a great game. 35-27.
No doubt about it.
Trouble, right? When he's trying to do everything. When he rolls out or he drops back, I'm getting so nervous. He's so like talented, but he's volatile. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. He's going to throw an interception. He's going to run into somebody. He's going to try to. He's going to throw out his shoulder. I mean, the kid he's wild. You just don't know. He needs to be a little more under control for me to feel comfortable going forward.
No doubt about it. All right, fellas, let's wrap it up. It's been a good hardcore hog week. Texas week. Here we go, baby. What do you say, George? You got any final words for it?
You're muted.
I've probably cut out. I got such bad bandwidth out here. Dowda, what do you think?
George is muted. So we'll say this. I was at happy hour today and with a bunch of Big Ten people, and they said, I told them I was going to be on this podcast called Hardcore Hog, and they was like, what kind of porn show are you on?
Yeah. Hey, I had to get a Hardcore Hog Instagram page, but then they nixed it. They said, no, you can't have Hardcore Hog. I guess when I started to think about it, maybe there is a market for that, but I don't know.
Don't Google it.
We'll start showing naked hogs.
No, it's great when you kind of see the same things everybody else sees, and so I really appreciate Dowda's POV, because he lined up exactly where I was. You gotta run the football, you gotta control the clock, and you gotta play the game of football.
Well, so Petrino sees it, right? I don't know. I mean, there's a reason why he's doing that job and we're not.
Come on, Dowda. Hey, come on, Dowda. Give us your best Petrino impersonation right now.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I think we do. I think you're prepared. It's an
I need
11
my
o'clock game,
motorcycle.
All right, guys. Awesome.
All right, boys. Hey,
All right.
go Hogs.
Go Hogs.
Let's go.
Beat Texas.
Yeah, baby.